In this video, we'll be taking a deep dive into features of Platt that relate to care worker reviews, or supervisions. In particular, we'll be exploring new capabilities relating to the capture and sharing of review findings, outcomes, and next steps. With the current version of Platt, you're provided with a free text field with the label Outcomes for recording outcomes and other important information relating to a completed care worker review. While a free text notes field remains the default means of capturing the findings and outcomes of a review, the next version of Platt will allow a fully customizable form to be used instead, thus enabling the capture of consistently structured findings and outcomes. Whether you'll be continuing to use the free text approach to capturing review outcomes or will switch to the form-based approach, the new version of Platt also provides simple tools for planning next steps and recording progress in completing these after the review details have been finalized. It even provides the capability for the care worker who is being reviewed to use the Platt Point of Care app to answer questions and provide their thoughts and feelings prior to their review taking place. Before we explore these new tools, let's have a quick refresher on how care worker reviews are scheduled using the current version of Platt. As care worker reviews are just another kind of event, before they can be scheduled, you will need to define a suitable event type. Here's an example of one set up against the DemoCare organization. Notice that Has Care Worker and Has Staff have been ticked, while Has Client is unticked. And it's as simple as that. Any event that you schedule whose type has these three options set up as shown here will be assumed to represent a care worker review. In most cases, your care workers will be reviewed on a regular basis, every 6 weeks, every 3 months, perhaps annually. If you would like Platt to remind your team when care worker reviews should be scheduled, you will need to tell it how frequently each type of review should be taking place. To do this, go to the relevant organization and click on the Reviews tab. Scrolling down to the bottom of this tab, we find DemoCare's default care worker review requirements and maximum intervals. Notice how, for DemoCare, supervisions are set up to first occur no later than 6 weeks after a new care worker begins working for the organization, and then every 18 weeks after that. Let's take a look at how these deadlines will be applied. I've set up a new care worker against the DemoCare organization, John Coffey, with a start date of March the 11th. Taking a look at John's Reviews tab, we see that John does not have a supervision scheduled yet, and that the deadline for his first supervision will be April the 22nd, this being 6 weeks after he began working for DemoCare. If I go to John's calendar, I can schedule a review for him on April the 17th, a few days before that deadline. After selecting the supervision event type, I will be provided with a staff field. This is where I specify who will be performing this supervision for John. If I don't yet know, this can be left blank for now. Back on John's calendar, we see the calendar event has this speech bubble icon denoting the fact that it is a care worker review. Having scheduled John's first review, let's see the effect this has on his Reviews tab. Now we are told that John's first review has been planned for the 17th of April. If I click here to expand, I see the deadline for the next review will be the 21st of August 2025, this being 18 weeks after that review on the 17th. And alongside the review of the 17th, I'm told it is unallocated. Once I know who will be performing that review, I can click on this link and type their name into the staff field we were looking at earlier. Notice there are no fields provided here for recording outcomes or other notes relating to the completed review. This is simply because the review has not happened yet. If I reschedule it for March the 17th, a month earlier, I will now be provided with this free text outcomes field. After entering some text into this field, Platt will now consider this supervision to be fully completed. Back on John's calendar, this will be denoted by a green tick here, and on his Reviews tab, here. So far so good, but what if there were some next steps agreed with John during his review that we want to follow up on? Or what if we wanted to capture these notes in a structured form, or even capture how John feels himself about his new job? In the next video, we'll look at how the next version of Platt can be used to satisfy all of these requirements.